Hey guys, Marslinger here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so we are jumping into Extreme Super Battle Road on the Extreme Class only stage to show off a sort of GT Bosses team, because we are using the double LR Super 17 leads. Shout out to the homie Goresh, he has his rainbowed already, of course, so we've brought him along to test him out. 10 additional, 23 crit. And he's done a little bit of his links already. Not bad, not bad. So, basically, we are running what I think is probably one of the best setups for using Super 17 as the leader build for this team. I'm bringing Android 13, because obviously we have the Android sub-leader skill. And then we'll probably run the other rotation of Omega and Oceanus together, and then have the Rildo floating. We've got the GT Cell, because he's another android for helping out the Super 17 passive. I believe, yeah, he's also on target Goku as well. And then, of course, we have Rildo, who is the floating GT boss's support. So he's going to be providing defensive support to everybody, except for Android 13, of course. So we've actually got the rotation that I wanted to start off with as well. So that's actually very, very good here. Let's see if we can put the hurt in on Trunks straight away here. Actually, probably should seal and attack lower him as well, just because Oceanus does at least have type advantage over Goten. And look at that, we got the key up with the attack from slot 1, so we actually get the 18 key super. Pretty decent attack stat, and then yeah, we're tanking everything for basically no damage with no items active as well. So very, very good. Obviously, in his pre-transform state, Android 13 is giving support to Super 17. Android 13 can stun in his untransformed state as well, but we weren't lucky enough to get that off. The extra super coming in from Oceanus gets the stun on to Trunks. So, of course, we get super attacked, but at least we have type advantage. 100k, I guess that's not too bad. I feel like this team probably could no items this stage, but so who has the most defense? Wow, Omega has 136, so I definitely need Omega to be on this rotation here. So you have those for, okay, you get shock and speed. Alright, we'll do this. I guess we should try and take out Trunks, even though we have a lot of type disadvantage on this rotation. And then we will seal Goten with the GT Cell. So I think the free-to-play GT Frieza and Cell, they're really good like support units, considering they are free-to-play. It's a shame that they didn't like Easy A them at some point in this celebration, because they would be really, really good support units for this GT Bosses team. The Frieza is probably a little bit better overall because he has built-in damage reduction and he can stun, whereas the Cell seals. But obviously for this particular team build, we brought the Cell because A, we're on the Extreme Class only stage of SBR, so we do have to have a unit of each typing. And of course he is an android as well as a target Goku unit, whereas the free-to-play Frieza, he is a target Goku unit, so technically he is getting that part of his passive to help out the Super 17, but he's not an android, obviously, so I wanted to try and bring as much as we can here to help buff up the Super 17. And obviously we're running him as the lead, so we're under 150 leader skills for all the units, so we won't see as high a numbers as we could potentially see on a 170 lead team. But yeah, the Rainbow 17 friend still hitting over a 5 million attack stat, pretty solid. And then 13, we do have type disadvantage over Goten, but we get the stun, so that's good. And then the 12 key super from my Super 17 in slot 3. 2.6 million is not bad for 55% with only the 130 leads. And then yeah, this is a very solid like rotation here for obviously Goten is stunned, so we don't actually have to worry about taking any damage, but we wouldn't take any damage on this rotation anyway. Omega with the massive attack lowering of the enemy. They obviously have some good Shadow Dragon links together, and then having Rildo in slot 3 providing all that extra defense. Like, that's going to be a very, very strong turn defensively. So we'll seal up the Goten so that he's not going to pose any trouble next turn. I'm not sure how many times the friend Super 17 has been hit actually so far. Because if we're lucky, we could. If we've been hit 7 times already, we'll get a chance to finish off Goten with the active skill. But I don't think he's taken that many hits yet. We'll see. Oh, we have. Perfect. So there you go. Everyone complaining about how you'll never see Super 17's active skill. That's literally the first fight of the first, the first round of the Extreme Class Super Battle Road, and we are getting the active skill off here. So this is with the Rainbow Friend as well. Yeah, 2.79 with a crit. It's not too bad at all. So unfortunately he did survive, but he's very attack lowered at this point. So he's not going to do any damage to the Super 17. He should have his damage reduction still active. So yeah, he takes 19 damage and then rocks a 5 million attack stat on a 150 lead team. I would say that that is pretty good. So we take out Goten and we can move on to fight number 2. Might have to use an item here, even though we do have the Omega Oceanus rotation just to play it safe. It depends where the attack. Well, to be fair, Omega should be able to tank most of these attacks pretty well. I mean, even on this rotation, so there's no target Goku or Android allies on the rotation with the 55% 17, and he still has 140k defense, which is actually really good. I mean, I could do this, I suppose, but it's not the best rotation for him, but let's see, we'll do this, because obviously he's going to get hit so many times in slot 1 here, that we are going to get... You know what, actually? I am going to use an item, because with Omega's damage reduction, even if we get super attacked multiple times in slot 1 now, we're not going to take any damage. So this is going to give us... turn 1, we're going to fulfill the requirement to get Super 17's active skill. So on turn 3, with my 55% Super 17, we are going to get to use his active skill. So, I mean, there you go. Like... This is what I'm saying. His active skill in certain stages of modes like Super Battle Road, as long as you get lucky with where the attacks are placed, because obviously the attacks could have been all spread out, but as you can see, they are mostly in slot 1 on this turn. But yeah, we are actually going to completely fulfill his active skill condition in turn 1. So we're going to be able to use the active skill on turn 3. So very, very good. And then yeah, Oceanus just going to seal up Gohan here. He attacks the most, so I thought I might as well seal him. Plus, she does at least have type advantage, so she is going to get to do a little bit of extra damage. We have ended up floating her off, of course, by putting 17 in slot 1. But I think that it was too much of a good opportunity to pass up on, being able to get his full active skill condition. And then let's see what the next turn looks like. Yeah, see, the next turn, most of the attacks are in the middle here, but we can go ahead and do this. We should probably be able to finish off Krillin, and then the Rainbow Super 17 should finish off Tien, I think, and then we'll get Rildo. I'll get Rildo to target Krillin just in case, but I'm pretty sure he gets taken out here by the Super 17. Or by 13 even. And the Whis is still active as well, so we don't have to worry about taking any damage here. We get the stun. I think he did actually take him out. And then 4.4 on the Super 17. I mean, he's not the craziest like attack stat unit in the world. Obviously, I talked about this in the 55% showcase. Like, you can see LRs like Turles hitting a 6 million attack stat at 55%. But this guy has so much defense and the damage reduction as well. Plus, I do like, even though it is random, obviously he has the, I say random, it's like 50-50, 50% chance, getting the key upgrade from getting attacked. But, I mean, we've already seen, both in this video and the 55% showcase that I did, there were instances where I only got 17 key and then got hit in slot 1 and was then able to use the... get the 18 key super. So let's see if we can take out Gohan here. Obviously this is the 55% Super 17, but we do have a support unit on rotation. Can we take out Gohan here? 2 million crit, that's pretty good. Takes out Gohan. So there you go. Active skill actually doing some decent damage. You'd love to see it. I'll get the full 24 key super on Piccolo. I'll grab these for you. And then we'll go for the seal on Roshi. Oh, and we're getting the Dokkan attack as well. So it is with the 55% Super 17, but let's see what he can do. Unfortunately, this is the off turn. We don't have his best setup, but the cell is here, so we do at least have another Android and Target Goku unit on the team. So 3.79 on the attack. I mean, that's not bad, again, considering this is my one, 55%. We're under the Super 17 leads, which is only 150 to attack instead of 170. So, I mean, that's a pretty solid number. Fairly decent damage. We must have crit on Roshi because we have type disadvantage over him, but he's almost dead. So, maybe the cell can actually take him out here, but of course we get super attacked. Everything's going so well here. We're finishing off the fight strong, but fortunately this is the Dokkan attack turn, so we are probably just going to heal all of that back straight away. But double super from Cell. Unfortunately, he doesn't really do a lot of damage, so even with the type advantage here, he is unable to take out Roshi. But this leaves us more than capable of finishing off the fight this turn. So we'll get the guaranteed 18 key super with him, just in case the passive doesn't go off. And then, yeah, we should finish off both Piccolo and Roshi this turn. Rainbow 17 at a just under 5 million attack stat. Bear in mind, again, of course, we have Oceanus on the rotation, so we don't have a full turn of Target Goku / Android units to give him his full passive buff. But I mean, the thing is, like I said, the balance for him is the fact that he's hitting these attack stats, which are very respectable. He's got very good defense. He's got damage reduction. He can build up his ki over time as well. And then the active skill, fortunately, is much more like the Super Saiyan 4s than it is the GT Super Saiyans, where we are actually dealing pretty reasonable damage with the active skill and actually being able to finish off enemies with it. So I think that's very, very good. Let's see if we can... Let's just go about trying to get rid of Vegeta first of all. So what is our defense looking like? It's only 159k on this first turn here. And remember, the damage reduction for 17 doesn't activate until we get into the next turn. But Omega's on rotation to lower everybody's attack. I'll pop a Icarus here, and then we should just not be taking any damage. Maybe from a super attack, but we should be all good here. And look at the number of attacks in slot 1. Is there 4 attacks after we go? Because if there is, that's the active skill condition fulfilled straight away again, which is very, very good. So super attack from Goku. Still does 93k, okay. And then Vegeta as well, of course. Couldn't be afterwards. That's the only thing, I guess, which is a little bit disappointing. It'd be nice if his damage reduction kicked in as soon as he took the first attack. But obviously it kicks in at the start of the next turn, and then he has damage reduction for 3 turns. But again, even though there's only 2 enemies, we got attacked 7 times in slot 1. So we're going to be able to use the active skill with my Super 17 next turn. So it is a shame it wasn't the Rainbow Friend, but there you go. So, right, we'll do this. I guess we'll just keep focusing on Vegeta here. So I'll just grab all of these. That puts the seal on him as well. Of course, Rainbow 17 going to take double-digit damage with the item active. This is the full rotation of androids and Target Goku units as well. So yeah, he's obviously not going to take any damage. And this is actually a good way to play with him, because the damage reduction doesn't kick in until the later turn. On these kind of Super Battle Road stages, you can pop an item turn 1, like a Whis or an Icarus that covers you for the first 2 turns. So that means both of our Super 17s are able to get hit and get their passives to activate. And then once we get to turn 3 and 4, when we don't have an item active, their damage reduction part of their passive will then be active. So that does actually work out pretty well. Cell, of course, taking a ton of damage. He's definitely not the best unit on the team. I think I'm going to do this now. GT. Oh, okay, you don't have fist battle. So yeah, we'll at least do this. So let's go for the active skill on Vegeta. I don't know if we'll finish him off here, because obviously Goku and Vegeta have a ton of HP, but... This animation looks so good. I often forget to change the thing from Japanese back to English, but Super 17, I do have to say, is one of the cards where I do actually prefer the... I prefer the Japanese voice acting. I don't mind Super 17's English voice, but the actual super attack quote, I really don't like it. I just think it's very weird the way he says it. It's like, no one could defeat me when I'm Super 17. I think it's very strange. But the Japanese one, I think, sounds really cool. But we get the full 24 key super for him at the end. Put the 2 Shadow Dragons back together now that we've used the active skill. Plus, I didn't want to put Oceanus in the final spot there. We should be able to finish off Vegeta this turn, especially with the additional from Omega. So that means that Oceanus in slot 2 here can seal and potentially stun the Goku. And then Super 17 should finish off Vegeta in the final spot. So that sets us up very nicely. We've only got Goku left. Obviously, Android 13 on the team on the other rotation massively benefits from fighting against the Goku enemy as well. So we shouldn't have much trouble finishing out the last part of this event here. So we'll go ahead and do this. Alright, yeah, we'll grab these. And so with the Rildo giving the extra defense as well. So the Rainbow 17, 389k defense. And now bear in mind, of course, Rildo is not Target Goku or Androids. So if this was a Target Goku Android unit in slot 3 with a Rainbow Super 17 and then 13, he's probably going to be at around 400k defense. And remember that that's under double 150 leads. So I think that's why I still think he is really good, despite the fact that, like, people might point out that his attack stat, especially Rainbow, is not as high as other Rainbow LRs. But I mean, 400k with 17% damage reduction, even though 17% isn't a lot, like 400k defense is pretty damn good without 17% damage reduction. So he's definitely very, very good defensively. I'm very impressed with him overall. I know his design is a bit strange. It definitely could have been better in terms of being more synergistic with the actual GT Bosses team in general. But overall, I really like the unit. I think he's solid. His animations are great. So I'm just very happy with him overall. So this is a great turn as well, because Oceanus in slot 1 means that we basically don't have to worry about Goku at all for the entire turn now. He's been attack lowered multiple times. He's going to get sealed up here and potentially stunned as well. And yeah, so he's even with the Cell in the final slot, who definitely is a bit of a defensive liability on this turn. Not only has he been attack lowered by other units' attacks, but the fact that we have Omega giving that massive attack debuff with his passive. Otherwise, I'd probably be a bit worried about Cell taking type disadvantage attacks here in Extreme Super Battle Road, but doesn't really matter because we were able to get the stun anyway. And because we do have enough androids on the team by including the Cell, we get Android 13 to transform. It does mean that we're not getting the support now, but look at that, we are actually going to get the Rainbow 17 active skill. So no support, but how much is this going to do? So we're going to do the hair flick. Let's go. Alright, how much is this going to do? 1.5 with no crit. Not bad, considering we've got no support on the rotation. But I'm pretty happy with that overall. And then, yeah, Rainbow Super 17 should be finishing him off in the first slot here. Android 13 is still like his best link partner, I guess, but is not ideal. It's why I really wish that they'd made him a 17 and Hellfire 17 that fuse into Super 17, because then not only could we bring the AGL Super 17, but even with the same name update, when we're able to bring him on the team, they won't link together. So, whereas if they'd transformed into Super 17, then obviously those units are able to link, and they share the exact same link set aside from the LR having legendary power instead of shocking speed. But even so, that's another thing to point out, the fact we're seeing him hit those like 5 million attack stats, 400k defense, and that's with only like half his link set activated for most of the time as well. So yeah, overall he is very, very good. So that is the sort of GT Bosses team, because we got Android 13 along for the ride to help to fully optimize Super 17. But there you go, that team crushing the extreme class only stage of Extreme Super Battle Road. Very, very good. I'm a huge fan of this Super 17. Obviously, I'm a little bit biased. You guys know I love Super 17, but I do think the unit turned out to be pretty damn good. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.